January 10th, 2019. It is a Thursday. We have been gone for a couple of days because of...
No, we vlogged last night.
Ah, that's true, so...
We vlogged last night, we skipped the day before, and that was because of my back injury.
Yep.
So...
But we're back.
We're back. And one of our viewers said that you don't talk enough. That you need to talk more.
Really?
Yes.
I don't talk.
Nope. They said I should talk less and you should talk more.
Okay.
It's kind of like that a lot, actually. Like, when we go to the doctor's office, yeah, I'm already doing it. When we go to the doctor's office for him, it always goes into me answering all the questions that the doctor asks him. And I don't know why I do that, because, like, I know, like, when I used to go to the doctor with my mom would do that with my doctor, and that would drive me crazy. It was like, let me speak for myself, but then I turn around and I go to him. I don't know why. He said it's because how do you word it?
How did I word that?
Because we talked about it before.
You tend to be able to describe more of what's going on than I can in words. Because
I know words.
Well, no, it's not quite. I'm not the best at explaining things that happen.
Yeah.
I'm either too short about it or too long about it. I can't get that down to the point, concise thing. Yeah, pretty much.
That, and I think a lot of it also has to do with your self-confidence.
That's a lot of it.
Yeah. You're almost like afraid to speak for yourself.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, that's what the viewer said.
Okay.
You should talk more. So, I want you to talk more. And, what we were going to talk about, what are we going to talk about today?
We're going to talk about our divorces and how our mental illnesses affected those relationships. Mine had an interesting place in mine. So, this is going to be I'm going to do a longer video, kind of multi-part video, one of these days that goes into kind of my history with mental illness.
Yeah, we should do that anyway.
Yeah, because it's that, whatever it's called.
Just our whole story, our whole history of when it started, what we were diagnosed with, and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's going to be a multi-part, multi-day thing.
Yeah. So.
But
just like one video for each of us dedicated to one of us exclusively.
Yeah.
We could both still be in it. Right?
Yeah.
Of course.
But my ex-wife.
This is why I do the talking.
Yeah. My ex-wife was very controlling, and I'm not the most controlling person. In fact, I hardly ever try to control someone. I just let them do their thing.
Yeah, and see, I don't like that. I tell him this all the time, that we're equal, and there are times where we take a dominant, recessive role, and I don't want to do that. I want us to have equal say.
Yeah.
But there are times where, because I've had boyfriends on both spectrums in the past. I've had relationships where I was the recessive one being controlled, and then I've had relationships where I was the dominant one doing the controlling. But I don't like that because that gives me a little more responsibility than I'm ready for, and also it's just, not fair. It's not fair to you. So you've improved a lot, though. You have.
I think I have.
I mean, there would be a time where I would say jump, and you'd be like, "Hi, right now. Okay, I'll go. Where do you want to jump?
Yeah.
How many times?" It's like, okay, calm down.
Yep. But so I basically got taken advantage of and mentally abused to the point where I had two decisions to make in my life. I was working 40, 45, 50 hours a week, coming home, sleeping. I was eating ramen, breakfast, lunch, and supper, and that's it.
Because your wife took all of your money.
Yeah. She literally left me with like $20 in gas for 2 weeks of driving. was like, that's great. And by the time I need more gas, he's like, oh, we're out of money. I'm like, what? And it's messed up because there's a lot of money in the house.
Mm-hmm.
But I couldn't have it.
It wasn't just you and your wife. It was
Her mom, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And wasn't her brother with her?
He lived right next door.
Oh.
But he earned twice as much as what I did per hour, worked more than I did.
Yeah.
But all his money just went to wherever it went. I don't know where his money went.
So basically, did she have a job?
No, she was on disability.
Okay. And her mom was on disability too?
Her mom was on
retirement?
Social Security.
Social Security?
Yeah, retirement.
So talk about the end of the relationship, how it all came to be.
We got married, and then 6 months later down the road, things were getting rough for me. Because this is when my mental illness truly started to, like, reappear to a really devastating take hold again, to a really devastating extent. I had seen my family doctor. They didn't want to do anything just because there was no real mental health system up in that area.
No.
Yeah. So I ended
That's
up
a whole other video of how much work our mental health system needs.
Yeah.
In this country. I mean, we've come a long way, yes, but boy, we've got a lot more room to do.
Oh yeah.
A lot more things to learn before we get it right.
Yeah, but I ended up one night pretty much writing a suicide note, and I got to the point inside my head where I'm like, I'm either gonna kill myself or I'm gonna walk out the next morning and never come back. I was this far from the first option. I'm like, she yells at me one more time, I'm done.
Oh, she yelled at you a lot?
Oh yeah. She's like, why aren't you working? Well, I'm like, I can't. And she just treated me like crap.
Mm-hmm. She was older than you, right?
Couple of years, yeah. Yeah. Yep, a little bit older than me.
I'm older than you too.
Yep.
Not as much though.
No. But it just got to the point where I just couldn't keep on doing it. So I ended up just packing a bunch of my stuff the next day and leaving. Finding it the next day happened to be payday, thank God. So I went and found a room for rent and moved in there, and I never saw her again. I've heard from her.
Until the divorce.
Yeah, till then.
You are officially divorced, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, I'm about to be like, wait a minute.
Yes, we are officially divorced.
Okay. So that could be bad if it worked.
No, we are. It's all done. Dealt with, and yeah.
But after that, you never saw her or heard from her ever again?
I heard from her once more.
Once more?
When I was in the hospital with cellulitis the first time.
Oh,
She commented on my Facebook, haha, karma's a bitch. Oh, pardon the language.
Oh, no, that's okay. That's okay. Just, wow.
Yeah, she literally straight up said that. I'm like, wow. Someone angry much.
Look at that. She better hope to God karma isn't a bitch because she's got some shit coming if she does.
Oh, yeah.
From the sounds of it anyway. I didn't know her, never met her.
Yeah,
I only
you
heard,
don't want to.
and there is two sides of a story I know, and I'm sure she has her own defenses, but I love you, so I'll just take your word. You've proven not to be much of a liar, so.
Yep.
Now mine was real simple. About 2 months after our 9-year wedding anniversary, 9 years we were together, 12 years total because we were together for 3 years before we got married. He basically said that he couldn't handle my schizophrenia anymore and he wanted a divorce. He gave me no warning. He said, call your mom and have her come pick you up. He gave me enough time to pack like one overnight bag. And, he said basically he had felt like he didn't love me the way a husband should love a wife, is the way he worded it. He said he still cared about me and, you know, he wanted good things for me and things like that. It wasn't completely an evil divorce or anything. I mean, it was kind of on good terms, but I also think the reason it was on such good terms, why I wasn't fighting or anything for any of it, was because he had me so brainwashed into thinking that I was, you know, pretty much useless and didn't deserve anything. He was a very dominant, controlling man. He was never violent. He never hit me. Well, he pushed me once, but that was because I was in his way and he was getting frustrated. So he pushed me once, but, where am I going?
Just talking about the divorce.
Yeah. Well, I think part of the reason why I didn't fight for more than I could have fought for, was because he pretty much had me convinced that he deserved everything and I deserved nothing. And that is one of my regrets. I have a couple of regrets when it comes to our divorce. The first one was that when he told me he wanted the divorce, I lost it. I was crying, I was having a nervous breakdown, I kept saying I was gonna die, it was gonna kill me, I would not be able to survive this, you know, I just was convinced completely that, my whole life relied 100% on him. And we lived with his mother, and that didn't help. We won't get into that. And, one regret was how I handled it. The way I wish I would have handled it was I probably should have been like, okay, alright, we can get a divorce, I'll be out by the end of the month. Because he was crying and he was doing his thing too, and I think it would have made a little bit of a sting if he didn't see how upset I really got about it, you know?
Yeah.
Like if I just said okay, maybe it would have just kind of hit him a little harder. And then like one of the other regrets was, that I didn't fight for my money or stuff like that, because I still had a lot of my back pay from when I was finally approved for disability. Because when you apply for disability, if you get denied and you do the appeal and all that stuff, if you finally get approved, which I did, they give you a back pay check, which is basically a retroactive paycheck that is the equivalent of what you would have gotten if you were approved when you first applied. And since I had fought for like almost 4 years, that was a good chunk of change that I had gotten. But, he did his part in spending that money. He got himself a new computer, a new printer, 2 monitors on his computer, fancy gaming machine, went to school, bought a better car, and just, you know, and then once the money was almost gone was when he decided he wanted the divorce. I think I should have gone back and fought for that money.
Yeah.
Because he was unemployed the last half of our marriage. We were living off of my money. I should have gotten alimony or something.
Oh, yeah.
I should have. But I didn't. Because he had me convinced that I'm worthless and, you know, not worth fighting for. So, however, we did kind of stay friends after the divorce. We did still hang out and stuff. And I would go back and fight for money, but 3 months after the divorce, he had a heart attack and died. Didn't survive. So I thought of being a bitch.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Alright.
Anyway, but one thing I did tell him that I'm glad I told him was that he was lucky that he had a choice in this matter. He was lucky because I don't get the choice of waking up in the morning and going, oh, I'm not going to be schizophrenic today.
Yeah.
I'm not going to hear voices today. He had the choice of saying, I'm not going to put up with it. I'm not going to support her anymore. He had that choice, and I don't have that choice. So I told him he was lucky and he should be grateful that he had that choice. Because I don't.
Yep.
That was pretty much the gist of our divorce.
Yep.
So, yep, that's that.
Yep.
But yeah, he said he wanted a divorce. He gave me time to pack an overnight bag. I called my mom, and the next day I went into the mental hospital for my mom and dad's insistence because they were, of course,
Worried about you.
worried about my mental health state, and they knew how I thought about myself compared to my ex-husband. And they knew that it was going to make me very sick. And it did. It made me very sick. Even after I got back from the hospital that day, I was so sick emotionally and mentally that it took a toll on my body. I was throwing up on a regular basis. I lost 75 pounds from when I moved back into my mom until about a year later. About a year after I moved back in with my parents, I had lost 75 pounds. That's how sick I was. I'm not complaining though, because I was starting out at 235, so I was kind of glad to lose a little bit of that weight, but I wasn't trying to lose that weight. I wasn't exercising, I wasn't dieting. That's the power that your brain has over your body.
Yep.
And, but now we're together, and I think the mental illness thing works for us
Oh, yeah.
as a relationship together because we understand each other.
Yep.
And we are equal.
Yep.
What do you think about this relationship?
I think it's good. I think I heard this phrase somewhere the other day. Maybe it was from you, maybe it was from somewhere on the internet, I don't know. I kind of believe that in our case, our situations led us together, in a way.
Yeah.
If you get what I mean.
Yeah. The circumstances.
Yeah, like everything led to a certain point where we were both ready to find basically each other.
Yeah, like I was talking the other night, I'm not like a big believer in fate or luck or any of that kind of stuff, but sometimes I think there was some larger power somewhere that brought us together because we get each other, we're equal, you know, we have our arguments, but
Who doesn't?
And our arguments usually wind up with us either just apologizing or sometimes even laughing at the argument that we have, why we had it. It's that petty that we laugh at it. And we've been together for almost 6.5 years.
Under about 6.5 years.
Yeah. And we're not married, but we already explained that.
Yeah.
Why we're not married.
Yep.
But we're together, and we're happy with our relationship.
Yep.
We are both much happier than we were with our exes. And I look back and I'm glad Rob divorced me because I would have never had the guts to do it myself. And it's what needed to be done.
Oh, yeah.
But I do wish I would have fought for alimony or something because he screwed me over in that divorce.
Yeah.
It was pretty hardcore. He spent my money, and then when he was done spending my money, he got rid of it.
Yep.
Him and his mom, and yeah. So that's all I have to say about my divorce.
Yep. That's about all I've got to say.
Yep. So that's why I don't think opposites attract because we're not opposites.
No.
And me and Rob were opposites, and well, that didn't work. And you and
Me and Andrea were complete opposites.
and it didn't work.
No.
And you and I are very similar. We have a lot in common,
Yeah.
and it works.
But sometimes opposites can make it work. But
Yeah,
it
just not in my experience.
Yeah, not mine either.
'Cause my ex-husband wasn't the only one that I've been in a relationship with the opposite.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
Yeah, I've had other relationships and they all ended in their own special ways.
Yeah.
So I don't know. So did he talk enough this time? Seriously, one of our viewers said you need to talk more.
Okay.
So talk more.
I did.
You did. You did a good job. I think you did a good job. You guys think you did a good job.
All right.
I'm done for the day. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I am too.
Okay. We'll see. We're on our new camera in our living room. No more white wall corner.
Now it's just white wall living room.
This one's gonna get changed around, I'm gonna put some of my artwork up there.
Yep.
Those are gonna get moved somewhere else. Alright, I'm ready to go.
Me too.
Alright, we will catch you tomorrow.
Peace.